Okay, lagi. Lagi. Kat silang juga. Biskit kaki.
Dia balang lah.
Dia hantar kat mak ni weh. Mak. Naim.
Dia dah sangat besi, dia langgar tu dia akan bunyi. Dia ada wear indicator. Kalau brake stick
Bahagian kan. Berapa? Roger. Set dah kita.
itu kita nak.
Ni Lucian.
We got history. Got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me. Thinking about what could've happened or what could've been. Finally a face I know ain't that a sight to see. Take my time to take your clothes off one more time maybe. Acting like you don't recall it ain't impressing me. Didn't come to see your friends, I know you came for me. Like your dress but you fit better in my wrinkled tee. We moved on to newer things but we got history. Put my feelings all aside, don't know what to make it right. Pictures popping on my mind, all these occasions, let's work it out with me. I don't think it hurts to give another try.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. Today we are going to present about lab 3 drum brake, which is inspection, removal and fitting. This presentation is for subject Bmma 3503 vehicle brake system. Next. Our group consists of 5 members, which is myself, Mohamad Naim bin Soulihen, Herlie Jolison, Arif Danial bin Faizal Effendy, Zainul Abidin bin Kamarudin, and lastly Manoj Kumar, anak lelaki Krishnan. Next. This is overview of our presentation, which is introduction and equipment, synopsis and theory, work process, and lastly question and conclusion. Next. First of all, for the introduction, the first one to inspect the condition of drum brake assembly. Next, to replace part of drum brake system, and lastly to name all parts of drum brake assembly.
Hi guys, I will continue with the equipment, and for this laboratory we have used several equipments, which are first is the complete brake unit, which is a drum brake, and next is the air handgun to open up all the bolts, and third is a caliper, and fourth are tools, which is ratchet, socket which is size 21 mm, 14 and 17 mm, and also extensions. Next. Okay, next I'll explain more about the synopsis and also the. Okay, first of all, a drum brake is a brake that uses friction caused by a set of screws or pads that press against a rotating drum-shaped part called a brake drum. Okay, the theory behind this it is drum brake usually means a brake in which shoes press on the inner surface of the drum. Drum brake is a metal brake drum that encloses the brake assembly at each wheel. Newer vehicles using drum brakes have them only in the rear, while the front they have a disc brake. And brake shoes are made of metal. A facing of friction material called brake lining is riveted or cemented to the shoes, which is made of non-asbestos material. And brake shoes must be renewed on both wheels at the same time. And that's all from me. Thank you.
So for section 3 procedure, so the first thing we need to loosen the wheel nut, and then we jack the car at the considerable height and place stand under the car. After that, after we remove a rear wheel and release the handbrake, we need to put the rim under the car. So number 4, we need to drain the brake fluid. Next, remove the drum retaining screw as shown figure 2. So remove the retaining screw and then unhook and remove the lower and the upper return spring that shown on figure 3. So below that show figure 3. So next we remove the front and rear brake shoe. Hold down the spring. Next, remove the adjuster assembly and then we clean the adjuster and make sure that the adjuster will move freely on the tree. Number 8, we disconnect the handbrake cable from handbrake lever and remove the rear shoe. So number 9, the last part is dismantle brake assembly and we name the brake part. So we go to the refitting process. So after we remove and then we need to assemble again. So first thing we need to assemble a brake fluid cable on the brake assembly and tighten the nut. Second, assemble the brake assembly on the mount and tighten the screw. That shown that Mohamad Naim Haziq is try to tighten the screw. So number 3 is fill in the brake fluid and do a bleeding process until the brake is in a good working condition. So lastly is assemble back the tire and check the brake handling. That's all for the refitting process.
So for brake drum part names, there are total 20 part names. First is brake drum. Number 2 is return spring of the lever of the automatic slack adjuster. Number 3, automatic regulator spring. Number 5, automatic regulator assembly. Number 6 is lower return spring. Number 7, holder cap. Number 8, holder spring. Number 9, upper returnable spring. Number 10, block with pad assembly. Number 11, block and lever assembly. Number 12 is retainer. Number 13 is convex washer. Number 14 is parking brake lever. Number 15 is block with pad assembly. Number 16 is brake shoe holder. Number 17 is brake hose connection. Number 18 is returning ring. Number 19 is rear wheel hub assembly. Number 20 is rear drum brake support plate.
So and then for the experiment result, is we need to look at the condition of brake parts. So the first part is brake drum. So we find out the brake drum already wear and rusty. So the retainer spring are also in a good condition. So for the shoe and lining assembly, the thickness is 4.34 mm. So shoe to shoe spring number 1 is also in a good condition, like shoe to shoe spring number 2. But the piston of the so the piston in a rusty condition and not in a good condition. So for inspection, brake lining thickness we find out is 2.78 mm. So brake drum inside diameter 167.19 mm. We need to find 4 angle. Number 2, 166.98 mm. Number 3, 167.18 mm. And number 4, 167.32 mm. So for the rub test, we found out the result is wear condition.
Okay, my name is Zainul Abidin bin Kamarudin. So I will explain about question and conclusion. Okay, for first question, based on your finding, what is the condition of brake shoe lining? Should it be replaced with new shoe lining? Okay, the major value of brake shoe lining is 4.34 millimeter, following the standard value which is 4.40 millimeter. So it is supposed to be replaced by a new shoe lining because the thickness value is below than the specification to ensure the good braking performance. So we find out that our brake shoe lining is below than the specification, so it is necessary to replace with a new one to get a good braking performance. Okay, next for the question number 2 is explain your result of drum brake inside diameter. Okay, based on the measured brake drum inside diameter at 4 places, the value measured is like Danial said just now. As we can see, the value is approximately the same, but there are still differences due to the brake shoe lining contact. The lower the value means that the brake shoe lining contact more than the others. The function to take the measuring of the inside diameter is to determine the amount of out round. So as we can see, there are difference, still a difference, but there's not too much. So it is okay, but if you want a good performance, we need to make it no difference. Okay, next for question number 3, if the crack found on the drum, can it be repaired? Explain your answer. Okay, the deep crack on the drum is due to the excessive heating and cooling of the brake drum during operation. The drum must be replaced immediately by taking a longer time to replace with a new one. This will lead to the brake system failure. So during when we using the braking during the hot weather or the rainy weather, so the drum will expand, and if you keep on using it will crack. So if there is crack, we need to change immediately to ensure prevent brake system failure. Okay, last one is what is the advantages of drum brake compared to disc brake? Okay, first, comparatively longer life. Second, simple design and parts. And third, low maintenance cost. And last one is easy and cheaper to manufacture. Okay, that's all from me.
Next, for the conclusion, based on the lecture, we could learn about how to inspect the condition of drum brake assembly in real situation. This means as we can go to the lab in face-to-face, we can learn this situation in real life compared to the other times where we do in a video. So we also be able to open and refit the drum brake correctly. We also learn to replace parts of drum brake system if it's in bad condition. Then we also can gain new knowledge about name all parts of drum brake assembly. That's all from us. Thank you.
Holy